Hello. I'm going to try and make this a little briefer. I've got cuddles waiting on me in the bedroom, and I would like to go get to them. Um, so, normally it takes me a little bit longer to kind of think about what I want to talk about or what I went through that day that was important. And today is very, very easy to pick from. I need no time for it because it's been an ongoing issue. Um, So I'm again trying to focus on like self reflection and what I can do, control what I can control. Um, what is life like during transition, before your passing, and before this all has kind of blended in and is the way it's supposed to be. Um, so today I officially heard back from my employer for the interview I did a few days ago. Um, and the interview was for just a positional promotion kind of thing. And I would essentially go from like a team member to like a store to store supervisor. You get paid extra for doing that, for both things, for going store to store and obviously for moving up. And I don't care about the fucking promotion. I don't care about the title. I don't care about the authority or any of that crap. It doesn't matter to me. I'm fucking 35. Like I could get. I feel like no sense of accomplishment or give a fuck about whatever they have going on in their store at all. I'm going to college. I'm going to move on from this, so it doesn't really matter. But I was excited for a $6 an hour increase and a better schedule, and more sleep. So all of that I was looking forward to. And today I heard back and heard I wasn't selected, which I already knew. Um, I was told by my manager that I was more or less not given the go-ahead on that for what was essentially a lack of experience. So as far as what today's video is about, I would say to the new trans person, I'm not sure if this is applicable to trans men actually, so to the new trans ladies, understand that if you do not pass, you are not getting paid. I can say that my company will hire me. They will employ me. They will keep me employed. I don't get treated equally. Like, as far as, what rules are allowed to be broken by people, I literally get, like, the company has, like, a rule, for example, that, like, very typical shit, like, don't be on your phone in these areas. Meanwhile, everyone else walks around their phones all the time, and the second my phone comes into sight, we have a problem. While people are on the phone in front of me, by the way, um, whether it be like, one person is allowed to just sit there and bullshit the entire night, while I have to like do their job for them. Like there's a rule you have to stay on task, like literally every second you're clocked in. That rule is very seldom applied, except in my case. Um, so yeah, it's legit. It's on camera. It's recorded. Like people are aware of it. And the company's not going to have my back about it. They're not going to fire me. And after going to management several times, just what I'm supposed to do, um, my trans manager was like, "Hey, stand up for yourself, girl. Like, you have to stand up for yourself." So I did. And my manager comes up to me, and after I've done like the whole gambit of things that we're actually supposed to do, right? Like, I knew she was going to come up and do this, so I was prepared. And I had literally everything done. Like there was nothing to do unless I went and did someone else's job, which they decided to leave all of their shit for me anyway. I say all, but I really just mean that they left like a bunch of like fryers basically that weren't changed out that should have been. And they claimed they didn't know how. I've watched them do this before. Um, so just shit like that. They go home, they leave me with the shit. It's like, okay, dude, whatever. So she comes up to me and she tells me to put my phone away. And keep in mind that someone has been walking through the store all day on their phone, like just talking to someone. Um, and this person gives the supervisor a ride home. And I just saw the supervisor doing the exact same thing in the exact same spot an hour ago. So when I was on my phone with all of my work done and theirs wasn't, I was ready for it. Um, I told her to write herself up for it. Um, and that when she decided to enforce that rule equally to everyone on staff, that I would follow it. And I have no problem following her orders and that order in specific. But what I do have a problem with is being the only one that is enforced upon. And we're not going to do it anymore. I am ignoring your order. You can write yourself up. That's pretty close to what it was. I don't know if it's like, I'm sure it's not exact verbatim. But it's very, very close. And I'm now no longer allowed to stand up for myself. I'm supposed to go to management again. She got real mad, obviously. Like I did laugh at her a little bit when I said it. I was like, write yourself up. And it was like, because I knew this was coming. So not the right thing to do. The company tried to write me up, kind of like, you have your official write-ups and then there's like the steps before that. They tried to take a step before that, and I essentially said like, hey, look, you're recommending that I go to my management with this, and I already did several times. And they told me to stand up for myself, and I did. I did all of the things you're wanting me to do, and keep in mind that I don't care. Like, if you want me to sign that paper, it's going to have to go up from here, because I did the thing you wanted me to do. I did it how you wanted me to do it. I followed advice every single step of the way. No results have been achieved, and at the end of all of this, you're recommending that I go back to step 1 that didn't work the first several times, which I'm also like just not doing. Don't like, I don't want to hear about HR. I don't. They clearly, like, this group of people has been working here for years, and their reputation preceded them. Before I met them, I knew that they were going to be this way. I didn't ask to be at the store. I asked to be at another one. You guys put me here. And quite frankly, if they've been here for this many years and we're aware of it, they're not going anywhere. The company's not going to go after them like their policy says they will. It sounds great on their little HR thing, and probably in court if someone like myself is suing them, which I'm not. I actually just want to keep my job. And that's kind of the other thing to my advice, trans people that are early on. They probably are not going to hire you if you don't pass. And I get it. That was confirmed in a conversation I had with my manager today, is that is a thing. He wasn't willing to come out and say it, but when I said, like, to be honest, before, like, literally a week before I started on HRT, which was a week before I told my employer, or I guess, yeah, I told my employer and then a week later was fired. I was a salaried manager. It's like, I understand the people that you guys are hiring have a fraction of my experience. I do have actual culinary skills. Granted, they aren't applicable here, but as far as like the standards I'm used to, much, much higher. All of the things are there. So they're hiring people with almost no management experience at this point. This isn't about my skills. This isn't about following policies and knowing them better. That's one of the things they said, is like, I need to know the policies better. And it's like, okay, the people you're hiring don't know any of the policies though. Not a single one of them, not one. So that's not actually the issue. It's not an issue that, like, my work experience compared to other people. I've gotten zero complaints about like what work I have done. I've had no issues with other staff members at other locations and on other shifts as well. It's this group of like 3. And our staffs are like super small too. That was the other real dig, was like, dude, I am used to managing staffs of larger groups. So to have like 1 or 2 people that I'm responsible for, and are they in position A or B? And do I need to float here or there in between counting money? That's like about as difficult as it gets. So it's not even like it's difficult shit, like, right? Like, whatever. But it was a difference of $600 a month to me, and 1 more day off, and my schedule would be better with my wife. So yeah, if you're not passing, I would not expect to go further than you got hired in at. And quite frankly, I consider myself lucky to have the job. I'm here bitching about not getting more money, rightfully so. The other fun thing is that my wife, I trained to be a manager. I was her first, like, whenever she got her first salary manager position, I was the one who was her, like, actual GM. And they hired her in with obviously less experience than me if I was the one who promoted her. And they hired her for the position they declined me to. And it was funny because that was one of the things I said back to her. I was like, dude, you can't tell me this is about policies and what we know. And you guys even have a track record. Like, you can actually see what someone I train looks like. And by the way, if I was her introduction into the management world and I set her up for success so well that she could come right into your store, this super complicated job you're talking about, supervising a gas station, I know, it's like fucking rocket science almost. So She came in there and rocked it and does just fine. She's doing very well for herself. How is someone I trained in that field doing well not evidence of something along the lines of what I would give you? You kind of know what to expect already. You see one person that I have trained personally, and you guys are very happy with the result. Like, don't even give me this. How many of your other applicants have you guys like actually hired, put in positions of leadership, and are smoking it? I would guess most applicants can't actually say that that's a thing. That's kind of seems rare to me. Maybe I'm wrong, but I've never heard of that. So yeah, it's kind of more of a negative sided video. I will say on the positive side, I think I had a good makeup day today. Like, definitely still visible. You can see all of the fucking, the dog shit. But it's definitely less visible than it was. So, we'll take that for sure. He did try his little write-up thing, but I'm like, again, I was like, hey, if I have to clock out or whatever and go home, I get it. But before I sign that, because I've already done that in multiple occasions and it didn't work, and I followed the advice I was given, and you're giving me advice now that doesn't work, I'm not signing that. And if it means I have to clock out, fine, but we'll go ahead and just go to someone higher than both of us, if that's the thing. I get it. I'm not trying to start any shit or anything. I was very compliant about it, right? Respectful. Just basically saying, nah, if I'm being disciplined for that, it's going to be, and I'm not like the thing where you sign it and then put your own 2 cents. It's like, that doesn't get registered that way. It gets registered that you signed the write-up. So that would be another thing, my advice to people that are in the workplace. A, be grateful for your job. I'm not going after them. I'm not trying to push with HR. I'm asking for another location to go to, because I'm fucking sick of this. I don't think it makes sense to fire all those people right away. The company would never do that. It's easier to move me or get rid of me. So I'm not going to push it. I would prefer to just be in an environment where I can make money. So that's kind of going to be the plan. Hopefully they take me up on that. And so, yeah, I would expect until you pass to stay on a bottom level if you're hired. And to the employer that does hire you, just do what the fuck they ask you to do. Just do your job. I, at the end of it all, am just going to not communicate with them. If it's about work, I don't have a problem. They're going to be rude. They're going to be assholes. They are going to disrespect me. They are going to treat, like, they're going to get certain fucking privileges that I don't. They're going to prevent me from moving forward. It's like what it is. I am going to pass one day, and I'm also going to have a better job than you guys. I'm going to graduate school. It's going to happen. So for all of their hatred that they're giving me now and all the bullshit that I'm dealing with, it is temporary. And when I do pass, I won't have to deal with it anymore. It will happen. If I live that long. I don't think I'm due to die anytime soon. But you never know. Like, fucking, I don't know. God may pop out of the sky and fucking hit me with a lightning bolt or something. I don't know. But, yeah. So that's what happened. And today's date is June 20th when we had that conversation, by the way. And I did appreciate my manager's honesty. Like, he wasn't being shitty to me. He doesn't have really a problem with me. But he did acknowledge, like, what is definitely true, that, like, if I was passing or not trans, I would have been hired for that position and not even be at the current, like, job that I'm at. I was far, far surpassed that. Like, the manager that gave me, like, the like, that talked with the one I was interviewing with, who was like, oh, I think she needs some more time in sheets and, blah, 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 essentially saying I'm unqualified. She was 11 when I got my first manager job. She was 11. So, my cat's doing stuff. So, yeah, it's ridiculous. It is what it is. The other thing I'm going to point out, I finally have taken my wife's advice. I have been told that I am moody by multiple people. My wife has recommended chocolate. I guess I could do it the other way. Is there a way I can make this read normal? I don't think there is. Cadbury chocolate with caramel, and some Lindor milk chocolate truffle bars. And apparently these will do the trick with the moodiness. And yeah. As far as, again, the employer advice, just to wrap that up, I would definitely recommend that people just do your job. I think right now they can fire us for being trans and not get in trouble for it. And not a lot of people are jumping up and down to fucking piggyback us and help us. Again, if you're passing, then you're passing and it doesn't matter. You just go in and you're like, hi, I'm Melanie, hey, and you just do your thing. But until then, you just have to live it. Understand that you are going to have a lot of rules applied to you that are probably not applied to other people. It is going to be infuriating. It is going to be frustrating. It's going to be so fucking annoying. It's so annoying. Imagine going up to someone and being like, hey, you just started being gay and you're not gay enough yet, so we're not going to promote you. Yeah, people that come in here really don't like the half gay bit. You can't wear assless chaps and normal blue jeans. They lose the jeans, and I don't know, I'm trying to think of a relevant example, but I don't know, it just doesn't make any sense to me. So anyway, I'm out of here. I'm gonna go cuddle.